not only is it a single track tunnel with passing places, it's got sharp bends in it as well.
So 100 knock is £8. So £8 to park here for the night, or 24 hours. Absolutely spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
So this is the little village. We're going to go in a minute and have a look. Apparently we drove past a bar and things like that, so we'll have a little wander down. Stunning.
One thing we've noticed in Scandinavia, Sweden and Norway is this subculture of 1950s American cars all over the place. American cars and pickup trucks. There's a big subculture, certainly in Sweden and obviously in Norway. So it's basically midnight, and me and Rio have come to experience the midnight sun. So here we are, midnight sun in the island of Senja in the northwest of Norway, and it's midnight. There's a few people doing the same thing. Come up on these rocks. The camper van park is literally just behind me, 20 yards behind me. And they've come up, drinking a bottle of wine, something, sitting there, having a moment. Again, just gone past midnight now. This is where we park the van. So that's our view. The sun over there. We'll just walk to Rio on the rocks. Absolutely spectacular. There's a few people just gone off fishing now, actually, from the rocks. But I don't think I'm going to bother doing that though. Again, midnight from the van.
Morning. We've woken up to a bit of a cloudy, drizzly day today, haven't we?
Not too bad, it's warm.
I think it's beginning to clear up now. Bit of rain this morning when we first woke up. Peaceful night last night here in this car park. Apart from the birds that were really still going for it gone midnight. Fantastic views. So we're going to head out on a bit of a walk. I think it takes us along the headland a bit and around towards some sort of lake, I think. We'll see what we find on the way. Everywhere you go in Norway and Sweden, we seem to find these huts and picnic benches and fire pits all provided. We certainly know how to provide for people who want to camp or walk. Sorry, I was looking at all the flowers there. Hang on. Lots of weird little grasses and some pretty little flowers. I'll have to search what they are. So the pair of them just shoot up these steep bits. Me, I'm more like the tortoise. But a walk wouldn't be a walk without a steep bit. So yeah, it's actually a little bit warmer than I expected today. I mean, obviously I got warm walking up that top bit just there. It was a little bit steep, but I'd already set off thinking it's warmer than it looks. Considering we're still north of the Arctic Circle, northwest of Norway. It's cloudy, a little bit rainy, but it's not cold. I mean, it's not boiling, it's not cold. It's just the right temperature actually for walking.
So doing this walk this morning. Climbed the first little peak. That's the town we're staying in last night. So we're at the motorhome stop to the far left, just behind that hill there, really. Just sort of in there, the other side of that. Loads of fishing boats going out today. There's a nice little bench on top of this first peak. We're going to have a cup of tea.
It's a marked trail we're on, a little bit. Oops. A little bit of rock negotiation on the way, I think. Fantastic views out. I keep looking out just in case there's a whale. I don't think the chances are very high of seeing one, but you never know.
Bit steep this bit here. Change this negotiating now.
Coming through to a couple of lakes. Lots of bird song around. So just from this high point looking down on the village that we're staying at down there, you can see that road. There's a car coming in now. That's the road we drove in on last night. With some dodgy tunnels, weren't there?
You say about the tunnel, yeah. The tunnels it's the first time I've been in a tunnel where it's a single track road with passing places, but it's a tunnel.
Yeah.
And very badly lit. So you see headlights coming towards you, and you think, oh, right, where's the passing place? Is it my side or is it their side? And everybody sort of starts stopping and working it all out, and it's certainly concentrates the mind, that does.
And one of them had a sharp bend in it as well, didn't it?
Yeah, really tight bend.
Yeah, really tight bend.
So, not that
so you
well
don't
lit.
know what's, like, at least with a long straight tunnel, you can see the headlights ahead coming towards you. But when there's a sharp bend in it, you obviously can't see until you get on the bend what's coming the other way.
It's basically the narrow roads on the NC 500 with the passing places, but in a tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah, he's having a good old sniff around. Come down to the level of one of the lakes now. Great reflections in the water there. I had been thinking that it would have been a good idea to have worn shorts or a skirt today because it is quite warm, but actually please I've got trousers on, protect yourself through this bit. Really varied terrain, just been through woods behind. So you can see there, a bit of a foresty bit behind me. Heard a cuckoo again. Oops. I heard a cuckoo. I think virtually every stop we've been at this holiday we've heard a cuckoo somewhere. Now we're coming out onto a little bit of a flat meadow by the looks of it. Looks like the bridge is tied on so it doesn't get washed away. So we've come to some sort of little cave. Russahula. Fortunately, I don't read Norwegian. I have to Google this later on to see what this is about. Interesting little steps to negotiate on this one. It's like climbing a fat ladder. It's really weird. And the boardwalk has got bits as well on there to grip on should it be wet. Well, that was an interesting stop and a nice walk this morning.
Very pretty, wasn't it? Very pretty.
Yeah, I didn't register how far we walked. Did you look?
It was about 7.5 in the end.
Lots of wildflowers and things like that to look at, and an interesting clamber over rocks at times. But yeah, it was a nice little village to stop at. There are
interesting history with the Russians.
Yeah, that's. I'll have to Google it again, but I tried to search what the little cave thing was that we saw, and it's something to do with some Russians coming and someone fled to the cave, and then the Russians found them because the dog barked, and then the Russians killed them all back in the 14th century. So quite cheerful. Also, part of the walk was on where the gallows used to be, and that's where they used to hang people. So yeah. Nice and cheerful. Happy days. Happy days, yeah. So, but yeah, so now we're wandering on, see where else we can get on Senja, and then aim for the ferry to take us over to the other islands, like I keep forgetting what they're called. But yeah, so we'll see how the travel takes us. Another scary single track tunnel. Just on this mountain pass here, and we've just come to this very unique little wooden walkway. It's rather intriguing. That's the road we're going up on. Waterfall down there. And that's the road we've just come from. And then you've got this interesting little wooden walkway thing. Bracing there, that little bit of a boardwalk thing. Now we're on this little bit of a mountain pass. arrived in Guildford 2 hours, just over 2 hours before the ferry, and naively I thought we'd be near the front of the queue. But we're not. There's already 4-5 lanes full here. That's a nice one there. That one we saw, I'm sure that's the one we saw people sat on top. Literally, I mean, it's just motorhome after motorhome after motorhome, isn't it? It's unbelievable. So that's the 5 lanes. All Mercedes, a lot of Mercedes with the lifts.
Yeah.
Interesting little buildings here. That one there's a restaurant, I think. Apparently this is the most densely populated area of the island. So that's the 5 lanes full. And then lane 6 is full. And word's hanging on somewhere right at the back. Little supermarket here, but it's a Sunday, so it's shut, I believe. Little petrol station. Little food kiosk over there. Yeah, so we're all the way past these nice little houses. And we're all the way there, and we're the last one at the moment. 2 hours before the ferry. Well, morning. So I'll show you where we parked up last night. Somewhere a bit unusual, really, for a park that we were expecting in Norway, to be fair. So as you'll see, we're really close to all the vans around us. So we arrived at 4:30 yesterday evening to catch a 7 o'clock ferry, and queued out of the village and down the road. It's only a small place in Guildford in Norway on Senja. We queued and moved forward. The ferry arrived. We went to board, but the ferry was full. Only small capacity because in front of us there was multiple motorhomes. I mean, I couldn't even count them all. It looks like we missed it by 4 because there was 4 in front of us in the queue before we can get on. They're very good. They lined us up in all these little bays. So we've all stayed here last night. Bonus, I suppose, free stop. Alright, so Andy's been for a run this morning already, while I was just sort of sat lazing about in the van, watching telly. And this is the port, so we're sat outside on the picnic benches outside a little supermarket. Here's your petrol station. So that is your petrol station there. There's a little food kiosk was open last night doing a roaring trade, I think, with everybody sat queuing and missing that earlier ferry. What else is there? I think that little building there, I think it's got a toilet in and a little waiting room for the ferry. And as you can see, that's the queue. Oh yeah, and up there's a nice cafe and restaurant. We're second one in on line 2. Fairly confident that we'll get on the next ferry.
They're queuing behind again.
But apparently this is the thing, which
basically
I
all
had,
summer now. This will be. You could have friends for life in this queue. You're doing it regularly. You just the same people every summer.
Yeah, which I'd kind of missed. I kind of got that we'd have to get fairly early for the ferry to get a good spot or get in the queue. That's why we got there 2 and a bit hours before. What I hadn't realised that with only 2 ferries a day, my own fault, I suppose. It's quite obvious. You need to get here a bit earlier, but I don't really want to get into that trap of arriving.
Right, rushing to get to.
I mean, literally, for us to have got on that ferry last night, we would have had to have left our park up this morning and driven straight to here.
The thing is,
and I think that's what a few people have done.
yeah, you rush. But the thing is that this is a free park up.
Yeah.
And here you've got all the facilities.
Yeah.
So you've got a free park up with all the facilities. You might as well just spend the night here, which everybody's done, and carry on the next day.
Yeah. So we're probably going to end up. We would have arrived on the at the other end. I think it's now on three-quarter crossing. So it'd have been getting on for 9 o'clock at night, arriving on the next island, then having to find a park up. So this one will be arriving about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is a better time for you arriving around and finding your stop, isn't it? Rio's just chilling, watching the world. And yeah, what's going on, Rio? What are these people doing? At least it's a ferry queue with a view. So you can see the queue all the way down there. And we were around about where that light grey one is last night, and we didn't get on. So they might find they're here for the day. But here we go, there's this little restaurant. I think it was open last night. Little cafe. So one thing I have noticed in Norway is that you often get lights actually in windows. So I looked it up, and it is, as I expected, to do with the fact that they have long dark days, often in the sunset in early afternoon. Sometimes it doesn't rise at all, basically. So the light in the window provides a kind of a coziness and a bit of light into the house, but also, especially in these coastal regions, it stems from in the days before electricity. They used to put candles in the windows of houses to allow the sailors, those at sea, to be able to see land. Interesting little shop. I'll have to have a quick look in here when I've dropped Rio back off at the van. And then this should give you a bit of a better concept of the queue. But while we're waiting for the ferry to arrive, we thought we'd come for a little wander. A chance to have a sniff and do ablutions. And walking out along Little Harbour Wall. So that bridge in front, is that where you ran up to that bridge?
Basically ran to that bridge and back, yeah. Which I've forgotten that it was quite a lot of, it doesn't look it there, but it's quite a lot of downhill. So obviously I'm going there, running quite a lot of uphill running.
Looks like there's a little salmon farm or something there as well. I think that's what they are, isn't it? Those circular things in the water.
Yeah.
And then this is the little harbour. You can see the queue all the way back to here. We were queued to where those red houses are.
And then there's
last
like
night.
6 lanes in front, isn't there, to the left?
Yeah, so that's where we were, and then you see how far back it's queued. Right, that's where we are now. So I think some of them are going to be there all day. At least they'll be in the first in the queue for the lake crossing. The ferry has arrived and they started loading. It's quite frustrating when you've been here all night that you're seeing all these cars and smaller vans. Well, actually we're a small van, but we're stuck in the midst of a middle of white. So they're pulling them from the back of the queue to get them on. So people who have arrived this morning are going on when we arrived last night. I know we'll get on. I know it's an art to load in one of these ferries, and they're obviously picking it to balance it weight or height restrictions or lengths, etc. But it just is a little bit frustrating, isn't it?
Well, I will get on, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, so we're just waiting. The line behind us is gone. There's another car going on, and hopefully it'll be us shortly. It is a smaller one than the last one we went on. You can see why the arts are loading it. Well, we got on board, don't we? It's definitely a bit of a squeeze down there.
They pack you in really tight. I thought that the normal Dover-Calais ferries are packed you in tight, but you literally need to be escape heights to get out of your vehicles, didn't you?
It is. It's because there's so many vehicles with bike racks and things like that on, or like us, we've got our tyre on the back. It's that they park them really, really close. So when you're trying to squeeze between them, it's like doing the limbo, isn't it? To get underneath and round and through. Not easy as well when you've got a dog in tow.
It's all part of the adventure.
But yeah, we're on board. Now it's about an hour and 3/4 crossing, I believe.
And I think they're going to get everybody on board as well. Look, there's only about four or five campers left there, and they're already behind them.
Oh yeah, so there's a car and a caravan there waiting to get on. And just a few vans, so they've done well getting everybody in. It's a bit drizzly, rainy, but there are a couple of undercover bits that we can get to. Obviously Rio's not allowed in any of the lounges on board, so it's either leave her in the vehicle. Apparently there's a pet room on deck 2 somewhere. We could, yeah, with a kennel.
I'm not going down there.
And yeah, but we don't fancy much leaving her in the van, really, do we?
No. To be fair, I think she'd be alright, but I think she's fine. I think I'd rather not want to be with us than
yeah.
Part of the adventure?
It is. Hope it's not a rough crossing.
Well, it's not too windy, is it?
No.
And it's not cold, is it? It's rainy today, a bit rainy, a bit drizzly, but it's not cold at all, really. We've only got all this kit on because we're worried that when we get out of the open sea,
Yeah,
it's going to be a bit windy.
It might be a bit chilly out at open sea. So this is us off.